But, you either crack eventually or you just get to a point where you're able to compartmentalize, okay, this is the adversity I'm facing. And then you really start to take stock of how you landed there. And if you're honest with yourself, like I was, it was, and I was going to counseling. I mean, I had some people I was bouncing from a therapy standpoint. You really start to take stock of where you went wrong,
The ownership.
the ownership. And I think that wisdom came from above. And I think a lot of people, may not get there fully. And I think that's where recidivism comes in and all that. Because if you can't take ownership of what got you into this position, then you're never truly going to be free of the poverty of spirit that led you down a dark path. And that's where I thank God that I was granted the wisdom to say, hey, this is where you screwed up and you can't ever do that again. But it's a conscious thing too. Like I tell myself every day now, um, you know, I I have to stay away from the self-seeking behavior that got me there because, I remember distinctly, it was at last year's CRCI annual company where Pastor Lucas, when we were at Coastal Church, and he said, we're all recovering from something. And I don't know if I've ever heard that put that simply, but to me, it was like profound that, I'm I'm recovering from a poverty of spirit. My recovery is I was so engrossed in self-seeking behavior that I didn't really look to even think um, what the consequences could be. And, ultimately, like, what example am I setting for my wife, my kids, things like that. It's because that's the other thing I learned through this whole experience is it's really not about what, how it affects you. Cause to me, that was easy. I'm sitting around all day, doing whatever. And it's my wife having the struggle. It's my kids, not knowing what's going on with my dad. It's my mom, like, all the people around you, it hurts them too. And that's the toughest thing that I had to come to terms with is I hurt people I cared about. I can deal with hurting myself, but to hurt innocent people, that took me a little while to kind of figure out a way to make amends and 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 to come up with a plan too.